Hey, what up guys, it's the Power Up Mushroom, and I'm going to do something, this is actually a little different from my channel, and that's a movie review, because, I just saw the movie, and I kind of liked it so much that I don't know, I just felt like I should talk about it, and why not, because I guess an extra reviewer out there for a certain movie is always good, we get different opinions and all that. So anyways, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, it's going to be starring Chris Pratt, Vin Diesel, I got it down. Dave Bautista, Zoe Saldana, Bradley Cooper, and then Karen Gillan, and basically everybody from the first Guardians of the Galaxy. And let me just say that right off the bat, everyone in this movie, they do a great job in their performance. As far as characters and all the acting, it's just spot on. I thought it was fantastic. Everything in the movie, it was just so great. And also like just how some of the emotions that are portrayed in this movie is just it's really good. Like I enjoyed the acting a lot. At the very beginning of the movie, the movie, it kind of starts off. It goes into more of like origin stories. This movie doesn't really take the time to. It's not set like the first one. We had like kind of a villain a little bit. We had something like, all right, this is their goal. This is gonna happen. They're gonna fight this guy and all that. It's not like that. It's more of a. This movie really took time to kind of go in and start diving deeper into these characters that we already know, and it does a really good job. Every character that was in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, they really fleshed out their characters more, and they kind of gave them more feeling, more emotion, more backstory, something to where more people or the audience where they could just relate to what the characters were going through, or like give them like a little more info on their backstory, and it's really well done. I like how they did that a lot. But there are some problems in this movie where, I guess like this is a problem with all the Marvel movies. I think is that we don't ever have a set villain for each movie, and let's see, how do I put it? It kind of, that's what kills a movie is. In the Marvel movies that I think, I don't think that Marvel's done a really good job in giving us a good villain, and it really holds down the movie a lot. In the very beginning, it opens up with, the Guardians of the Galaxy kind of meeting up with these gold people, or like they're guarding some batteries for the gold people. I don't know, some gold race. I literally don't know. But they're gold humans. And, it gives, it just shows us, where the Guardians of the Galaxy are at. They're kind of doing contracts for other people. And this is kind of one of their small adventures, but why? Why are the gold people in there? Throughout the movie, it's just kind of like you're focusing on these characters a lot, and then all of a sudden these gold people pop up everywhere, and it's like, oh yeah, I forgot, we were still with you guys in the very beginning of the movie. But it was really, what was the purpose? I guess, you're doing something on the side, and it keeps on popping up in the movie. It's just, I didn't feel it was necessary to keep on popping up the gold people to kind of remind us that, the gold people are still around, the beginning sequence, and what happens at the beginning with the gold people and everything, and when it stops right there, I felt like that was good. That was okay. Just kind of shows like, look, they're on their own adventures. They're doing their own things, and it was just probably one of the cases where something went wrong, and the gold people are right there. It just never came back to make it bigger than it was supposed to be, and then the movie, it does slow down, but it's a good slowdown. It goes at a steady pace where I do think that I really did enjoy, to where they took time to flesh out these characters. More importantly, we got fleshed out character for Nebula, and we learned about her backstory, and it actually made the character more relatable, and I really enjoyed how they made her character and everything. We got more info on Rocket. We got Gamora and Nebula, they kind of go together. So, and then Star-Lord, Chris Pratt's character, Pratt. I loved how they fleshed out, more of his character and the more backstory and everything. It gave him more emotion. He's kind of on the search for his father. And then we come across, in the trailers, they did advertise, that yeah, we will meet Quill's father, and we did. It was really good introduction. All the actors, like I said, they all did a good performance. Just where this movie just flaws is, like I said, the villain and jokes. Granted, yes, jokes are funny and everything, but there are many times in this movie where they were building upon moments, and it's like, I'm not kidding, this movie actually gives it gave everybody the feels. But then all of a sudden, you know, something happens or someone cracks a joke, and it's just like, oh, okay, you killed the moment. It's one of those things that I've always had. Again, one of the Marvel movie problems that I've always had is like they crack jokes in really emotional scenes. Like, there's this one scene like kind of like where, I mean, I'll just use an example. You know, Drax is like kind of saying something. You're like, okay, you know, he's kind of getting somewhere with being really heartfelt. You know, like saying something from his heart or something, and it's a little emotional. And then all of a sudden, like it's you know, the moment starts dragging on, and it's getting really good. And all of a sudden, he just kind of says something funny, and it's like, oh, okay, all right. I mean, it's stuff like that. Or you know, like I said, there's many moments in this movie where they're building on something and it could be really great, and then a joke just pops in. This happened towards the end of the movie. It's I think like the third, you know, almost like the finale. Kind of it's happening during the finale, where there's, you know, it looks like some kind of really cool Avengers moment, but with Guardians of the Galaxy, and something happens. You know, like it's getting really emotional, and then like something funny happens, and it's just like, oh, like the music just cuts out. It's like it takes you out of an immersion, and that's a big problem I see with this new volume. Is the movie good? Yes, yes. I do think the movie is really good. Should you watch it? Yes, I do think you should. Like I said, this movie just really gives more backstory to the characters, and it fleshes them out really well. And I do think it is worth a watch. But like I said, like there's just some parts in this movie where you're going to be feeling really emotional, and then something just cuts it right off. But granted, there are extra scenes in the movie that, you know, they do, you know, kind of, they make up for that. And I mean, there's just a lot of good stuff that I wish I could say, but really, they're all spoilers. And then this is one of the problems, like, I guess, that, you know, I think Marvel should address is just, you know, just working on, like, building up on those moments and just get a solid villain. I mean, I don't like it when Marvel has movies where, it's really every Marvel movie where they have a villain and, like, that's it. He's just in that one movie. Or, yes, just, and right after that happens, later on in the next sequel or something, it's like no one reflects back on the previous movie. And that's one reason why I think, like, you know, Star Wars is like a good example of how they built up a villain, which I know it's the most common example, but I think it's the best one, where you had Darth Vader in the first Star Wars. They didn't really kill him off in the first one. When the second one, they helped build up, you know, on that, you know, villain. You know, they made the characters more fleshed out. And not only that, they kind of left off on a little cliffhanger, but kind of just let you know that, you know, not everything is going to end well for these characters, you know. And I just really like how Star Wars did those villains, and, you know, how they did their trilogy. And I really think that Guardians of the Galaxy had potential to do that. But, of course, then again, like I said, we don't have villains that just last more than one movie. I mean, and really, what's the impact of what, like, certain villains do? They make it to be like this big galactic, you know, threat, and then it's just kind of, it's often within like 10 minutes or something, and it's just like, okay, well then it really wasn't a threat if they could be that easily killed or something. I don't know, like I said, that's just one of the gripes I have. But definitely Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, it is worth watching. Just like I said, just don't get hyped up, because I've heard a lot of people have been disappointed with this movie. For me personally, I wasn't really disappointed. I really did enjoy how this movie took a pace, and I did enjoy how the movie turned out to be. So, I mean, that's just my take on it. But anyways, yeah, I just want to throw this review out for you guys, you know, just kind of like, you know, throw an extra, you know, opinion out there. Who knows, someone might enjoy it, someone might agree. But please, let me know in the comments, you know, do you guys agree? What you guys think of the movie? Did you see it? Are you guys gonna go see it? Do you guys want to see anything for new Guardians of the Galaxy movie 3? Who knows? But anyways, that's pretty much all I have here. So remember, like, subscribe, you know, upvote this video, and I will see you guys in the next video.